All right, Monday morning. Feeling pretty good after yesterday's 18K. It's week leading up into the half marathon, so I've just run out to quickly get some socks because going through all of my socks, like they've either got holes in or they are just hideous. So and that's what kind of caused the massive blister. When I done track a couple of weeks ago, I wore a pair of socks that had holes in. So I want to make sure that I am not worried about that on Sunday. So just went and got some socks for that. Anyway, this week it's Monday now. It's Monday afternoon. It's been raining all day, so I've just been kind of like waiting for it to stop before going out. Just gonna go do 8K probably, just really chill. Nothing too quick, nothing too crazy. Plan is probably short, chilled run today. Now, tomorrow might do a bit more and do some hills. Wednesday off, Thursday track, short session. Friday, chilled, shakeout. Saturday I will probably have to not run because I'm working until like 12:30, and then I've got to go and get my race bib from the city, and I've also got to vote because it's, now that I'm an Australian citizen, it's the law to vote, so I have to go and vote. I've never done it before, don't really know where I can, if there's certain places. I just need to do a load of research into like voting and where I can go and do my vote. So I've got to go vote on Saturday, as well as all the other stuff. So Saturday I'm probably just not going to run, and it would only be like a very, very chilled like shakeout run anyway, because Sunday is the race. So yeah, try and do again my best to video what I can this week, as opposed to just talking in the car. But that is new week. Obviously we'll see how the week goes. Take it day by day. Haven't got any physio this week. Plan is to book into the physio if I don't pull up from this half very well. But all in all, everything is feeling okay. So I'm feeling pretty motivated to kick on now. It was the London Marathon yesterday, so that gave me a good little like bit of, you know, watching that gave me a good bit of inspiration, a good bit of motivation to keep pushing on. And also I did apply, I put my name in the ballot for the 2026 one as well. So yeah, that's Monday. Going for a run now. Looks like it's clearing up, so gonna go get out for a chilled run, and yeah, I'll bring you along with the week as much as I can. All right, as you can probably hear, it's absolutely hammering it down here today. It's Wednesday, so done the long run Sunday. Monday I went out for a run, but it was like 5K. Wasn't feeling it, wasn't feeling 100%, so I was like, I'm not going to push it. Yesterday went to the gym, done the lower body stuff, chilled, didn't run. Today I'm going to try and do 10K. Obviously weather dependent, I'll either go on the treadmill, or hopefully if this clears up by later on, I'll go out this afternoon and do a bit of a 10K. But yeah, still not feeling like, I don't know, it's like after the long run it was fine, and then the Monday when I went for the 5K, it just kind of, the shin flared up again, didn't feel great. I'm starting to wonder whether it's something in my insoles or whether I need some sort of like insole situation going on with my shoes. I'm trying to like link something to it, like whether it's because I got the new trainers and the new runners and whether they're playing up. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go out in a different pair of shoes today and run in those, see how they feel, and then see how the shin pulls up, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, still not 100%, and I'm still got obviously one eye on Sunday, which I want to run. Obviously I'm not going to go crazy, but I want to run it, so, and I don't want to be in any pain before I start, so I just want to kind of make sure I'm all right for that. The plan wasn't to taper this week, but hopefully I can get 10K today, do a little bit tomorrow, and then see how we go from there. But yeah, as you can probably hear, hopefully this weather clears up and I can get out later on today. Fingers crossed. You're buzzing about a bit of rain. It's not that bad. It is, what is time? 10 to 6. Been up since about 10 to 5. Had some brekkie, had some bagel, had some electrolytes and an orange juice, and I'm just about to jump on a good old trusty line bike into the city. City so much, boys. How'd you do, Nick? How'd you go?
Feeling great, feeling great.
Yeah, what was your time?
126.
Oh, Lukey?
129.
Love it. 128.
Let's go.
Baby! I think. Alright, so thought I would do a quick video on the end of the week. So obviously today finished the Sydney Half Marathon. So started fairly early. I think I got up at like 4:30, 4:45. Got up, there was a bit of football on, so I watched that as I was having my breakfast, had a coffee, had a bit of carbs. So I had a bagel with some jam and a glass of orange juice. Took 2 Morton gels with me for the race, aiming to have one at the 30, one at the 60. So that was kind of like my morning nutrition. I had my bagel, my coffee, and my orange juice. Gave that obviously a good couple of hours to digest. And then smashed a couple of Voltaren and a couple of paracetamol, a few painkillers, just as I still wasn't feeling 100% with my left shin. I think I was saying all week, I think I've said in the video all week, that after the long run on Sunday, felt good initially, and then just kind of playing up towards the end of the week again. Went to track on Thursday night, again, didn't feel amazing. So I was a bit umming and ahhing, not on whether to do it, but how to run the race, because I was like, I've signed up, I'm definitely going to do it. It just depends on, you know, how I'm feeling. So anyway, smashed a couple of painkillers, smashed a couple of Voltaren, jumped on a line bike down to the city. Met a few peeps down at the city. So I met Leanne, Luke and Nick down there. It was actually so busy. I went to run into the metro, like across from the Martin Place, to go to the toilet, and it was like absolutely heaving. There was like a solid queue, which was crazy. So anyway, I ran, met those guys. I didn't end up going to the toilet because the queue was too long, and I was like, I need to meet these guys. So I met them outside the outside Martin Place. Then we kind of wandered up to the Red Start. A couple of us were like green and blue starters, but we just kind of like snuck in. So went up into the red starting pen sounds a bit elite, doesn't it? Red starting line, where we didn't have them long actually. I think we probably met at about 6:20, and then the red start line was 6:40. By the time we got there, I had to run to go to the toilet somewhere, and obviously no hotels were letting anyone in. No one was letting anyone use their toilet, so I literally had to run to like a underground car park and quickly go for a wee down there. And then by the time we got into the red thing and got our way to the start, it was like literally 2 minutes and we were on. So that was quite good. There wasn't too much hanging around, which is nice. You know, sometimes when you get to races and you just feel like you're hanging around for ages or queuing for toilets for ages. There was none of that. So jumped in, started. It was like the sun was just coming up. It was decent weather. There was no rain, considering it rained all week in Sydney. That was nice. And yeah, off we went. I averaged like a 4:09 pace. Was feeling pretty good. I didn't really give it a push anywhere. I think a couple of the hills were a bit gross towards the end of the I think it was like 14 and 15k. There was a couple of hills, and then the last kind of like 2k there was like some, you know, ups and downs down by Miss McCroy's chair, but felt fine. The shin didn't feel great for like the first 5k. So the first 5k I was a bit like, oh, this is going to be shit and not sure how I'm going to go here. After 5k it did warm up a little bit, but it sore again now, which is obviously after, but from 5k onwards during the run it was fine. But yeah, I didn't go crazy. I think I ran a 4:09, got through it pretty not like it was pretty comfortable. It wasn't like crazy, even though like there was some gross hills and some big climbs towards the end, and kind of about a quarter of the way through around Piermont. It was pretty good, and it was a good vibe. I say a good vibe. It was actually like dead out on the course. It's a good vibe until you get to like the last 2K. That's where the good vibe is, the last 2Ks. But my God, everywhere else was dead. I guess it's early on a Sunday, so we're not expecting loads of people to be out. But fuck, like there was no one out on the course. Like especially I'd say from like, yeah, from pretty much the start until about 19K, there was like a few pockets of like things happening, a few pockets. Obviously, we had people come and cheer us on, the people that we knew. But like, you know, when you see the London Marathon the week before, where there's just like the streets are like 10 people deep, the whole 26 miles, and here we like have nothing the whole way. It was a bit depressing, but anyway, that was fine. Is what it was. I think if I'd have pushed harder and I found it a lot harder, that would have really affected me. But I think it was fine with the pace that I was going. I didn't have any headphones in, so it was nice to just kind of zone out a little bit and just run through it. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, feeling a bit shit on the shin now, so I'm not actually really sure how next week's going to go. I'm going to have to rest Monday and then see how we feel on Tuesday and then go from there. This was supposed to be the start of obviously the marathon block. It's now 17 weeks until the Sydney full. It's 2 months until Gold Coast half, which is the one I really wanted to give a nudge on. So we're going to have to kind of see where we're at middle of this week. Do we need another physio appointment? Do we need to sort this shin out? What is going on? Who knows? We'll see how we pull up. Anyway, that's the week. I'll chuck some good videos in here. But this will probably be the last video actually, so I won't. But anyway, on to the next week. We are now 17 weeks from Sydney full. In my head, it's like, how the fuck am I going to get through another 17 weeks with this leg? But we're going to just take each week as it comes and kind of go with it. But yeah, anyway, let's see how we go. And that is week 15, maybe 15, I think. Of the marathon prep. That was the first big hurdle, the first big race, ticked off. Pretty happy with the run in general. I don't even think I said what I'd done. I think I'd done it in 128, 409 pace. Yeah, pretty happy with that considering where we've been. And we had, a few issues with the old shin. Anyway, let's see how we go. Let's see how we pull up tomorrow, Tuesday, and we'll go from there.